It is my privilege and honor to introduce to Madison Lyons for her senior project. Madison's been in select choir with me this year, and if you know Madison, the first word that's going to come to your mind is creative. I mean, she is artistically creative, musically creative. She's so intelligent, so wonderful, and so this project just seemed the perfect fit for her, and I'm so excited that she did it, and I can't wait for you all to hear about it. So please welcome Madison Lyons.
Okay, so for my senior project, I chose to orchestrate the construction of an adventure playground. So for those of you who do not know what an adventure playground is a playground which you give kids tools, and you give them materials, and you allow them complete freedom to design and create it without adult direction or intervention. And so this concept and the whole adventure playground movement came out of World War II, when kids weren't, a woman who is a landscape architect and a child's welfare advocate observed how kids weren't getting the opportunities for free play that they needed, and how kids much preferred to play with loose objects and things that they found than objects that are prescribed for play. And so she used the bombed out areas in London and popped up these adventure playgrounds all around town, and they were very successful. Kids were having a great time and learning a lot of new skills from just playing in junk, frankly. And so the whole movement just grew and grew through the 70s, but over the last, and it grew across the world, in America too, and in the past few decades though, there's been a decline in adventure playgrounds because of things like liability and more helicopter parenting, and kids frankly not even having time in their schedules for free play because we're all about putting them in enrichment programs and giving them a full resume at age 6, and so there's no time for free play in our society anymore. And so now there's sort of a resurgence in adventure playgrounds, because now in the age of technology where kids are just playing inside all the time and just right around their houses, we're observing that there's deficiencies in their development because they don't have the opportunity for free play, which helps them develop in a lot of different ways. So I did a lot of research for this project on adventure playgrounds that exist now, in the past, the whole history, and just on the benefits of free play itself. So one quote I have from the American Academy of Pediatrics on the benefits of free play is, adventure play and free play allows kids to create and explore a world they can master, conquering their fears while practicing adult roles. Undirected play allows children to learn how to work in groups, to share, to negotiate, to resolve conflicts, and to learn self-advocacy skills. When play is allowed to be child-driven, children practice decision-making skills, move at their own pace, discover their own areas of interest, and ultimately engage fully in the passions they wish to pursue. And so when we're telling a kid exactly what to do, they're not getting that benefit of being autonomous from their parents and really coming into their own skin. And so another benefit of adventure play and free play is that on a child's development is that I remember from when I was little and watching my little brother Corey grow up, is that our parents engaged in our play. So we were doing whatever we were doing. So Corey's like having a cemetery funeral for a lizard, and I'm drawing little squiggles, and my mom would sit down with me and she'd ask me what I was drawing. And so I'd explain to her, well, of course, that's me jumping on the trampoline with chocolate milk. And Corey said, you know, I'm having a funeral for this lizard, it's really important. And so because our parents took that time to step down to our level and understand our thought process, that was really, at least for me, empowering, because an adult was saying, you know, what you're doing is valuable, and you have something to contribute. Your mind matters and what you think. And so that's another benefit that comes from something like an adventure playground where you're giving kids that independence. And so the third benefit is opportunity for risk. So oftentimes nowadays, kids are not given the opportunity to learn risk analysis on their own accord because we give them these very sterile playgrounds with a rubber mat. And so they try to create a sense of risk, and so they jump off the top of the slide instead of sliding down. And there's two scenarios that could happen. They get hurt, or they don't get hurt and they fall on the rubber mat, and what does that teach them about risk? It teaches them that you can take risks and nothing happens. And so as they become adults, you know, we need risk taking abilities because there's real risks in life. And